Stanley Kubrick called me up for Eyes Wide Shut, and I was like shocked that he knew all about me. He asked me about all these actors, and I was like, he goes, you know, I had just finished La Tregua, The Truce, and I spent 5 years preparing for that, you know, while I was doing other things. He knew all about Primo Levi. We talked about Primo Levi, and he said, you know, I think, you know, you're a terrific actor. And I said, well, thank you. He goes, well, you are. And I was like, well, I can't walk around my house saying that to my wife. She'll hit me over the head, you know, with a frying pan. And he said, well, I'm going to send you a script. And I think, you know, and I hope you like it. He goes, you'll like it. And then what do we do? I said, well, you know, he said, but I heard you may do a movie next year as a director. I said, I don't have the money. And so I didn't say to him, he said, I wrote this part for you. I didn't say to him, whatever it is, I will do. But I was so excited. I said, I'll read it and then we'll work it out. I was talking to him like a normal person.
Sure.
And he said, well, how can I get you the script? I said, well, FedEx it. He goes, what if you're not home? I said, well, I know my FedEx man. His name is Ray, and he throws it over the gate. Right. And he said, well, that's unbelievable. He said, yeah. I said, well, do you know your FedEx man, you know? So I was just trying to be a normal person. And anyway, he told me, he wrote the role for me. He wanted me to do it. And what do I think of Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? And I was like all excited. The next day, I heard that I wasn't available. I was unavailable because I didn't tell him, you know, no matter what.
He's used to getting that immediate,
That's
no
it.
matter
and
what.
I didn't know that at the time, and I just tried to be a regular. So I would have liked to have worked with him just because I'm a big fan of his and see how I would have survived doing
A year-long
takes.
shoot, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That would have been a
I
year
would
of
have
your
been
life.
replaced or whatever.
Yeah, Harvey
but-
Keitel lost
yeah,
his...
lots of people lost it. There were a lot of people who were replaced.
Which role would it have been?
I was the piano player, but there was a scene at the end
Odd
that
Field ended up
they,
playing,
they didn't have, and I guess he was in 3 different parts of the movie, and they think they cut that. But anyway, so I would have liked to just had an encounter with Stanley.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So that's something that
You've got plenty of great experiences, but you got a Stanley Kubrick conversation.